Donald Trump has turned on one of his biggest supporters. It is over the Jesus image, which by the way, Trump now says is him as a doctor, not him as Jesus, but we will get to that in a little bit. So here's what's going on. Donald Trump posted an image stylizing himself as Jesus, touching and healing a man. There was widespread outrage over this from the left and from the right. And ultimately, Donald Trump took this image down. Trump was asked whether the criticism from former swimmer, now right-wing agitator Riley Gaines was part of why he did this. And here's what he had to say. The report says, quote, earlier Monday on X, conservative activist Riley Gaines said she couldn't understand why Trump posted the image, asking, does he actually like this? She added that, quote, a little humility would serve him well, and that, quote, God shall not be mocked. When asked if he took the post down because of Gaines's and other criticism, President Trump said, no, I didn't listen to Riley Gaines. I'm not a big fan of Riley, actually. Now, that is significantly undercut by images, for example, of Donald Trump embracing Riley Gaines, including at CPAC, a video where Trump was going to be signing an anti-trans bill, and he praised Riley Gaines. He seemed to be a very big fan of Riley Gaines. And Riley Gaines did respond to this where she said, quote, I love the president, and I'm so grateful he's in the Oval Office. Of course, I'll continue to support him and the America First agenda. At the end of the day, I do nothing for the approval of man. Our purpose on this earth is to glorify him in all we do. She's referring to Jesus, not to Trump. The Truth Social post missed the mark. It's now deleted. Amazing. We're imperfect people. I know I am. I don't get my feelings hurt easily. And I know with the president, it's not really personal. I want to spend eternity in a real place called heaven. I'd love for Trump to be there too. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I'll keep doing my part by speaking truth and doing my best to lead others to Christ. And no, I won't be selling merch with his insults on them. Ha ha. So there's a couple interesting things here that I want to talk about. But first, really quick, I want to tell you about one of our sponsors. Finding time to read as much nonfiction as I want to read is difficult, and it can be difficult for a lot of people who love learning about complex topics. You just don't necessarily have the time. That's why Blinkist is such a powerful tool. Imagine being able to read a nonfiction book in just 15 minutes. Blinkist is the app that will condense the key insights from major nonfiction titles into these short summaries you can read or listen to in a single sitting. You still grasp the book's central argument and its takeaways. Blinkist has over 9,000 titles across politics, economics, science, philosophy, business. I recently listened to Blinkist's summary of a book called Dopamine Nation by psychiatrist Anna Lemke, and it looks at the relationship between pleasure and pain in this kind of modern world that's filled with more stimuli than ever. Blinkist perfectly guided me through the most important concepts, and now I actually want to read the entire book. That's another thing Blinkist is great for. Test the book out before you decide whether to dive into the entire thing. You can try Blinkist completely free for a whole week and get 30% off a subscription at Blinkist.com/Pakman. Now back to the video. Number one, these are extremely boring, culturally irrelevant people. I have a challenge for you. If you like beating the crap out of yourself, try listening to 10 full minutes of Riley Gaines's podcast, and you will see that you won't even really be angry. You'll just be bored. You won't care. You'll say, who on either side would care what Riley Gaines has to say? Even if you were sensitive or open to her arguments politically, it is just vapid nonsense from someone who is only even well known because of a lie. Now, I'm going to get to that in a second. Meanwhile, as is always the case with Donald Trump, I love Riley Gaines. She's great. I'm a fan. I embrace her. She's so good. She helped us get this anti-trans bill passed. Oh, she said something negative? Well, I'm not really a fan of Riley Gaines anymore. Now, let me tell you the truth about Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines came to notoriety based on the claim that she was denied a medal, which was actually a trophy. Like, every detail is just wrong. She was supposedly denied a swimming medal because a man in women's sports, trans woman Leah Thomas, beat her in swimming. This was the claim. Oh, Riley, I can't believe what's happened to you because of men in women's sports. You lost out on a medal. Let me tell you the truth of what happened. Back in 2022, Riley Gaines competed in the NCAA championships, and she did race against Leah Thomas in the 200-yard freestyle final. They tied for 5th place. Neither of them won the event. They were both behind multiple other swimmers. So even the story, Riley was denied a medal. It was trophies. Riley was denied a trophy. Gaines didn't finish first except for the trans athlete, and thus she was second. She didn't finish second, and because of the trans athlete, she was third. She tied for 5th place. She wasn't going to get a trophy. They don't even award medals in the NCAA. She wasn't going to get a trophy except for, were it not for the presence of the trans swimmer, Leah Thomas. So even the reason we know of Riley Gaines is completely fake. The fake scapegoating of Leah Thomas and the fake martyrdom, I don't even know what you would call it, of Riley Gaines. So, like, we shouldn't even know who she is. Her podcast is a complete and total dud, but Trump did welcome her into this inner circle of people he points to during a State of the Union address, not specifically with Riley Gaines. I don't think she's been at a State of the Union, but the idea of, here is someone, look at this person. This person embodies and reminds us of the problem that I'm fixing. What did you fix? She tied for 5th. And now there's this split because at the end of the day, what matters with Trump is just loyalty. And she had the audacity to say, I don't like this post. And Trump didn't like that. So just a reminder, we shouldn't even know who she is because the whole reason for her come to fame is fabricated out of thin air.